was listening to a young dude. He's 19 years old. He had 3 years for using an assault rifle to shoot up the guy's car who shot up his house. And he did it in broad daylight in the middle of the street. And he was pissed off because he got 3 years. 15 years sentence to serve 12 years on probation. At 19 years old, he was talking about what he was going to do to him when he got out because they told on him. No, he got caught. And I kind of was like, what are we doing? Because I was still angry about being locked up. I was angry with the sheriff. I was angry with the deputies. I was angry with my dad. I was angry with my mom. I mean, everybody. And I just asked him, I'm like, did y'all not hear what Chap just said? I mean, it's like, what are we doing? And that's the moment that grown man shit was born. When I got to the county work camp, I made my first video called my platform Grown Man Shit. Because the Chaplain Hauser challenged me to be more than that. And I took it personal.
What is this?
Wasn't easy. I had to unlearn everything that I had learned and believed in for 45, 50 years. I had to unlearn everything. Nephew.
Yo.
I had to unlearn everything. Whole mindset. And it was toxic as hell. But that's how I got to prison. And that's how I started making the videos. The first video I ever made denouncing how we as men treat Black women was because the woman I was talking to, a guy told her she was so ugly she should put a bag over her head while he has sex with her. I made the first video. At the same time, my daughter was leaving the mall, and it reminded me of this incident where a guy tried to get her phone number. And when she told him she had a boyfriend, F you, he ain't nobody want your ugly ass anyway, and blah, blah, blah. And if my wife and I, at the time, hadn't been walking behind her, there's no telling what him and his buddy would have done. But I snatched him by his shirt. It's like, bro, that's my daughter. You got a problem with her, you got a problem with me. Oh, I ain't no, I'm sorry. We don't respect Black women at all. We don't respect the women, and we don't respect the children. And I'm not just speaking for me. See, what they don't understand, Blaze, is I was them. And I just heard a video, a recording of a Black man that looks just like you and I saying, we need to murk all Black women because they are the problem. I don't, it's disgusting. And that's why I came out, Blaze. That mindset sent me to prison. That mindset destroyed my family and my wife's family. My soon-to-be ex-wife, as a matter of fact. Because we're not together. That mindset hurt my stepchildren and my children. You know, my 94-year-old granddaddy saw that. My 88-year-old grandmother saw it a year before she died. That mindset destroyed us, man. And I was the leader. I was the head of the family. I'm the problem solver. I'm the one with the least that everybody expects the most from. And it destroyed us. And when Voodookie put those videos out, those pictures out, The collective family hadn't seen those pictures in 4 years. She reintroduced both sides of the family to that same trauma all over again for some clicks and some views. But we'll get to that. But that's why I started making the videos. Kevin Samuels, Kitten Heels, I call it. That bald head, ugly dude, Mr. Let Go. I challenged both of them. I sent both of them a message on Instagram. I was pretty big then. Neither one of them wanted no smoke. It's like I had that mindset, Blaze. And when it hit, when I got to prison and realized what I had done, like all that shit went out the window, man. It was, so imagine 4 years of not having to see those pictures and answer to that. And then for some clicks and views, Voodookie put them out. So imagine what everybody had to go through again. My stepson, he was 21. I know he hadn't seen the pictures in 3 years since they had been to court. Now, well, he's on TikTok. He saw that. My daughters, my stepdaughters, and my soon-to-be ex-wife is the one that gave them to him. It's like all the kids, aunts, uncles, my side of the family are like 7 states. I got phone calls. Everybody wanted to go see her. Everybody. I have family from Dade to Texas to Nevada to North to South Carolina. I have family wanting to come from Africa, wanting to go see her. Because we hadn't seen those pictures in 3 or 4 years. I got them under my bed right there. I can't even look at them. It's like,
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
No, because I know this is traumatizing, and triggering for a lot of people. And I don't want you to speak on this story, but, I don't want you to give up any details but I would like to know what led up to the whole situation with the children, because I would like to start the story from there, and then we can go on and progress through that.
Yeah.
That's only if you want to. I don't want to, cause any more triggering.
It's okay because, it's all right. I mean, I should have, when I realized I couldn't, like I didn't have the knowledge or the capacity to deal with certain mentalities, with teenagers on the spectrum, I should have walked away. I should have walked away. I should have been man enough to walk away. I didn't. I was too selfish to walk away. I knew I was in over my head, but I really caught a lot of feelings for my soon-to-be ex-wife at the time. I'm not gonna say it was promoted, but I did watch certain abuses from my soon-to-be ex-wife. She had a way that she would discipline them. And the very last thing she would do was give him a smack upside the head or something. You know, they had a whole routine. They had a whole lifestyle going. And I wasn't quite healed from my previous marriage. You know, I was going through a divorce. And once I realized I wasn't ready to move on, I should have walked away, Blaze, because I knew I wasn't ready. But I was just too selfish. She was an amazing wife and what I thought was an amazing mother. You know, everything these dudes talk about on this app that they want out of a woman, the submissiveness, you know, anything available physically you can want. I mean, you name it. She was that. And it wasn't enough. And
I want to say this, because like I said, I don't want to trigger people. Let's not talk about her faults. Let's just talk about what happened with the children, okay?
Yeah, I mean, I got to a point where it was almost my way or the highway. And I should have done the research. I should have read up on those, you know, people with those type of disabilities. It was more mental than physical. You know, I should have read up on OCD. I should have read up on the medications they were taking. I should have read up on what would trigger these actions. And since you asked, I'll keep it 100. I was holding them to the same standard that I was holding our normal children to, the ones that aren't on the spectrum. Because
let me say this before you keep going.
Yeah.
Children on the spectrum are normal children. They're just, you know, they're gifted. Okay.
Yeah,
I just don't want to trigger people. That's all. We gotta watch our wording.
No. I'm truly telling it from how I looked at it, you know, and I learned too late that you can't take someone and say, well, they're as normal as these that are not on the spectrum, who don't have an IEP. And I should have done the research when I got involved with her, and I didn't. I wasn't equipped mentally. I wasn't aware of what having that mindset and putting them in the same frame of mind as our other children. You know, I have 4 of my own. She had 4 of her own. So we had a big combined family. But, you know, when you have a couple that are, you know, they have the IEP, they have the whole plan. Now, I was a man who didn't see that. You know, I didn't respect it because I just looked at them as teenagers. You know, I didn't. And I know this, you know, it's going to piss somebody off, but grown man shit was about accountability, being honest and respectful and responsible. So this is the truth. This was the mindset I had. And this is what drove me to do what I did. I didn't trust the process. You know, I didn't believe it. And I think a big part of that was because these children aren't doing it. These teenagers aren't doing it. Why are you doing it? You know right from wrong just like they do. So I didn't differentiate. Everybody got scolded the same. Everybody got treated the same. And it was like that until it wasn't, till the abuse came in. You know, I don't want to I agreed to do this, so you need to hear the truth of what that mindset is and what it looks like. So maybe me talking can help somebody else who might have that mindset or get involved with somebody who has somebody on the spectrum like that. The abuse, today I can say that abuse should have never happened. There was nothing they did at 15 years old that warranted that. Nothing. There was no reason, no excuse for that at all. None. Whatever issues I had, as far as, mama issues, daddy issues, previous relationship, marriage issues, job issues, financial issues, whatever it was, nothing warranted that. There was no earthly reason for me to do that, but I did it, and it's something I got to live with.
I will say I appreciate you taking ownership for it.
Yeah, man. Blaze, I gotta be completely honest with you, man. Like there was nothing. Like, okay, you got a teenage son, okay, whatever. I mean, but all kids try their parents at some point. I mean, but that is you can't. Bro, I'm 6'4", 270 pounds, man. Ain't a lot of people got a chance with me, not physically, hand to hand. And, we have to understand as men that, if I'd have just gone to therapy, Blaze, I had people telling me, you need to go to therapy, bro. I don't need no damn therapy, bro. Just go to the gym. I was still playing basketball at the time. I just go shoot some hoops, man. I don't need no therapy. And I blew it off, man. I blew it off.
I said it starts with your ownership of what happened, bro. I'm telling you that right now. You take ownership of what happened, you can't do nothing but look forward. Everything you saying you should have did, you should be trying to do now.
That's why Kay is here. She's been an amazing help. We've had some knockdown, drag out arguments. I don't know how much I should say or can say, but I even went to the county and signed up with them so I can, talk to a different type of therapist, a behavior therapist, because I want to know where it came from, Blaze. They got me on the list. I had my mother take me over there. They got me on the list, and as soon as a behavioral therapist, because I don't want a coping therapist. I need a behavior. I was very specific. I want a behavioral therapist. I want a black man or a black woman. I was very specific, and there are not a lot of them. Not here in Georgia. So whenever they get one, it'll be free because, being a convicted felon, former inmate, they'll pay for it. But I was very specific. I need a behavioral therapist. That's what I'm looking for.
I appreciate that, bro. So I want to speak on this. You sent me a video on Instagram that looked like it was reposted by Conscious Lee. And I would like you
Right.
to speak on that and why you sent it to me.
I wanted you to have an idea of what I now stand for. I wanted you to have an idea of what my platform was about. Speaking out against the abuse, speaking out against the against that mindset, that maniacal, egotistical mindset that we as men carry from time to time. We get stuck. I sent it to you because one time my wife said, I got it. I'll take care of it. And after she took care of it, I went and did the whole man daddy thing anyway. Why? My wife said, I got it. I'll take care of it. Why? Because I'm the man. I'm the leader. I'm the guy in charge. I'm daddy. I'm him. I'll take care of it. She was like, I got it. I'll take care of it. And she took care of it. She handled it. There was no need for me to go in there a half hour, 45 minutes later and do and say anything. And what I do, get right up from watching TV, having a cold one, and go right upstairs and get right into him. It was already, I heard her handle it. And what I do, jump my happy ass. That's why I sent you the video, because I wanted you to kind of get an idea of, that's where I was, but this is where I am these days. We way out of line. We way out of pocket, man. I was so out of line. And when I saw that, I guess Conscious Lee had reposted it. When I saw that, as a matter of fact, I sent it to all three of y'all. Because I wanted y'all to see where I was. Now, Kay and I think Buttalove, because I talked to Buttalove before, they kind of had an idea of what my platform was. But kind of want you to get an idea of where I am now, what my mindset is.
And I definitely watched the video, and I commend you what you're doing for them young men, because a lot of those young men need that, and they don't have a lot of those around. And
man, you have no idea, man. I'm sorry. No, go ahead, finish, bro. Go ahead.
No. I was wondering, was that posted before or after this whole incident with Voodoo Bag?
I posted that from prison, I think in June. Because the first few videos I did calling brothers out, I was Derrick Jackson 2.0. I was, simp, panderer, punk, this, that, and the other. I was all them names long before. This was started, I think, in February. I started getting called those names in like April or May of 2021. That video was 2 years old. And what it set me off was the 20-year-old I was talking about in that movie, in that video, rather. The guy, they call his name was Turbo. I don't know why they called him Turbo. They just did. But for some reason, this kid, when I got to that work prison, he just started following me around. I mean, I couldn't go nowhere. I was in C block, he was in B block. And every time we came out, he would beeline right over to me. And it was aggravating. So when we went to the transition center to go to work, which is where they send you, I think, your last year or so before you come home so you can work and make some money. He just latched on to me. And I couldn't. He was standing there watching while I was doing that video. When I said I got a 20-year-old following me around and I don't know the why. I was on live 5 or 6 times and he was there. He was just, I don't know why he followed. I had about 5 or 6 dudes that would follow me around. Some of them were in their 30s, a couple of 40-year-olds. I don't know, man. There was a lot of guys in there that had a lot of daddy issues, a lot of abuse issues.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. A lot of children, a lot of young men that are in jail suffer with not having a father. So they look for that father figure. And a lot of people, sometimes the wrong people. But that was pretty much your platform, and I'm pretty sure that's why Conscious Lee posted your video. So I'm pretty sure at that point they were aware of who you are and what you were advocating for and why you were advocating for it. Hey, young man, how you doing?
Right.
So
can y'all please keep sharing and liking, keep the likes up so I don't get my platform taken away.
So I would like to, I don't want to keep everybody here for long. So I would like to get to the part of where you came in contact with Voodoo Babe and why she focused in on you so much.
Well, I mean,
was I not supposed to ask that? I was not supposed to ask that. Am I okay?
Well, I mean, it's up to you, man. Whatever you want to know. I mean, if I'm here, so
I don't want to trigger. I don't want to speak about nothing. This is your story, bro. But that's my question.
I mean,
if you don't want to answer it, that's fine.
Nah, it's fine, bro. I mean, if I say I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. She reached out to me through Instagram and TikTok, and for 2 or 3 weeks, I didn't respond. I wasn't interested at all. I didn't click up with no fold. I didn't link up with anybody. I didn't do any of that. We talking, this is what, April, May of 2021. They had told me that my release date was going to be October 26th of 2021, which was 5 years and 1 day from the incident. So I knew my release date. I met her. I think she contacted me in maybe April, late April. And sometime in May, I finally was like, all right, let me see what's up. And I actually finally went to the page, and there's a video way at the bottom of her page that was the first one that popped up. Of her sitting on the couch in like a black shorts and black top, t-shirt, tank top. Gotta be honest with you. First, I thought it was a white woman, and I don't do white women at all. So I was like, nah, if it don't black, it crack. I ain't with it, right? And then for about a week or so, I was going through her content to see, okay, who is this person? And that's the first time I saw her talking about, patriarchy, some of the voodoo stuff, the Orishas and the Omitola, Illuminati, whatever the hell her name is, whatever she called herself. But watched it for another week or so. And then she actually sent me her phone number. She DM'd me her phone number. And I hit her up one morning on my 10 o'clock lunch break. Because at that particular prison, it's a work prison. They put you over there, you get a job, you prepare to come home. They're trying to integrate you back into society. Productive method.
All right, let me just interject. So she was speaking to you while you were still in prison, right? Is that what we're getting at?
Yeah. She contacted me while I was still in prison.
So she pretty much knew what was going on. Okay.
All right. Yeah, she knew I was in prison. She knew that because I made 2 videos about being locked down for the night. The officers came in. I made the video as the officers were coming in the back door. I was making the video. I started from the bathroom, showed the showers, my bunk, the common area, kitchen area, the outside yard, the small yard. I showed all that stuff. And then after they locked us in at 9 o'clock, I put up the second video. Okay, they just left. So yeah, she knew I was in prison. They just didn't know what I was in prison for. And there's a reason for that, but we'll get to that. So yeah, she contacted me. She knew I was in prison.
Now, after you contact her, how did that relationship go? As you know, just you don't have to go into details, but how was your relationship with her?
Well, my nickname for her was 10-foot pole. What do you
I
do
need details on that.
I called a 10-foot pole, as in I wouldn't touch you with her. Because the implication was made. Dead ass, man. It's one thing. I might tell you a joke, but I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I told you, I thought she was white in the beginning, and I don't do white women at all. It's black or nothing for me. And when I called her, I actually called her from work. She answered the phone, called me on WhatsApp. I called on WhatsApp. We started talking. We would talk that first day, we talked on my 10 o'clock break, from 10 o'clock to 10:15. Then I called her when I got back to the spot, after we got strip searched and everything and all that. And I called her again, and we talked for a couple hours, just kind of introduced and got to know each other. That's when she started telling me about some of her platforms and whatnot. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit.